So I'm gonna try this because I was told to create a YouTube channel. I mean, I already did. I just need to, talk. This is not gonna be a show or any of that. This is just a little outlet for me just to talk about stuff. Yeah, so let's talk. Let's talk. Just a continuation of, and maybe for those of you who've seen my post on Instagram. If not, you need to go back, Mr. Andre T, at Mr. Andre T on Instagram, and check my stories. Hopefully, you'll see it by the time well, maybe by the time you come across this, the video's already gone. But anyway, I was talking about mental health and talking about therapy and how important it is for men, especially men of color, black people overall, but especially men of color, because we don't talk about stuff. We don't talk about our feelings. We don't share our feelings a lot. And it's just been. I'm not a therapist. I have friends who are great therapists. I have great friends who are great therapists, and they can back me up with a lot of things. So for me, I will not try to go too much into what's clinical and all that stuff, but I'll just talk about my experiences with my own trauma and talk about my experience being in therapy and how it's helped me, how it's helped to shape my thoughts and how I view myself and how I view my life. So I'll think I'll work on get more of these videos up. They're not going to be anything formal. I'm not going to be dressed up and going to look like this in a robe and whatever, different settings. But just to really have the conversation, and talk about it, because it's so necessary, man. I'm tired of reading articles and seeing news reports about people who take their lives because of the cares of this life, man. Just not having the courage to ask for help, you know. Um, I've been there with the suicidal ideations. I still struggle with that, to be quite transparent. I still do. Because it's tough. It's tough, you know. Um, but my purpose for recording these videos is to let others know that they're not alone in this fight. And it's okay to not be okay. We've gotten so used to putting our best foot forward all the time, especially when it comes to social media, just putting out the best, taking the best pictures, putting the best filters on, putting the best outfits on, and all these things. But there's so many people who are dying on the inside, and I believe God has extended to me this level of grace as it pertains to this whole matter. And I feel like however I can help, however I can talk to people about this, however I can spread the word about mental health and people getting help and pushing people to get help, however I can do that, I'm going to. So if it means I got to do it through these little videos, hey, it's a start. I feel like the conversation cannot be had enough, because there are the people who say, well, oh, it's just becoming this trendy thing and whatnot, and and I don't even want to get too much into religion, because that's a whole separate situation, especially within the Black community. While I believe in the power of prayer, I believe God can do anything. I believe that prayer changes things. I do believe in that. That's something I know for a fact. That's something I have experienced for myself. But at the same time, because in the Black community, we're taught to pray everything away. Pray it away. Oh, just take it to the Lord in prayer. And that's all good, as you should. As you should take it to the Lord in prayer. But the Bible also talks about wisdom. In the book of Proverbs, and the Bible says that wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and in all that getting, get understanding. And I think a lot of people are not operating in wisdom. And with wisdom comes understanding. And what that says is, hey, I can pray. And I'll pray and I'll take it to the Lord in prayer. But afterwards, I'm going to get up from this prayer and I'm going to find me a therapist. Okay? That's the wisdom that kicks in right there. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go find me a therapist because I understand that my life is at stake here, right? And there's a reason why God created therapists. There's a reason why there are people in that profession. There is a need for it, right? There is an actual need for it. Like the same way there is a need for doctors. As much as we believe God to be a healer, we also believe that God can use doctors to heal us, right? So why is it that we're so quick to run to the doctor if we have an ailment, whether it's cancer, whether it's whatever it is, but when our mental health, when our head is not right, we find it hard to go to a therapist, or we think it's taboo. We think it's not God. You gotta put it before the Lord and let the Lord do it. Okay, cool. I don't even want to get into all that because I grew up in church. I've seen all the shenanigans and all the BS. Okay, and you got a lot of broken people in church, right? Hurting, bleeding, dying, right? All because we've been conditioned to think that if we talk about what's going on here, we're weak, especially men. I'm probably going to do another another video to talk about that. But this is just to encourage y'all, man. Go to therapy. Talk to somebody. Find you some close people, a close knit circle of people that you can trust to vent to and to talk to. And if you can, man, get into therapy. Find a professional to talk to. Believe me, it helps. I'm tired. I'm really tired. The latest the latest news that I heard that broke my heart into a million pieces was that guy, and I think it's in Florida. I can't remember his name. I think his last name is Gowdy or something like that. I can't remember the first name, but he was only 17, on his way to Georgia Tech or Georgia State. I'm not sure, one of them, and to play football, full ride, full scholarship, but he was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, the weight of his family on his shoulders because he wanted them to be okay. But he was carrying all that pressure and he didn't know how to handle it. And he was distraught about leaving them. But here we are now. He has left them permanently. But I'm not upset with him because, he made that decision and now he's gone permanently. But my heart was broken for them because I can imagine at 17, like, having all of that weight on your shoulder. And I remember being 17 and having a lot on my shoulders too. And maybe at some point I'll disclose all that, but maybe not in these videos. I'm actually writing a book. And I'm going to be disclosing a lot in that book. Y'all going to know a lot about me. A lot that you probably never knew or would have expected. But you'll know a lot because I'm going to be disclosing a lot. I believe it's a part of my healing process. I'm now learning that everything that happened in my life, maybe of the last, I'd say 17 years, happened for a reason to bring me to this point. And I believe that part of the rest of my life's mission is to disrupt some things, disrupt some cycles and patterns. And so, yeah, but I digressed. Back to what I'm saying. I was 17 and I had the weight of the world on my shoulder. I had a lot of stuff on my shoulders, and there was a time when I didn't know how I was going to make it through, and I was going, how I was going to get through this, So I can imagine. Not even like I know how that feels, but I can imagine how much else and how he felt, and it breaks my heart. And I don't really want to hear of any more of our black men just falling victim to suicide, man. It's hard. and it's tough. And so whatever I can do to help, and whatever I can do to point people into the right direction, whether it's the therapists that I know, and like I said, I have great friends who are great therapists. I'm a part of great organizations. One being the Mastermind Connect, which is a men's resource group, a resource group for today's progressive man, and it's an incredible organization. So definitely check that out, mastermindconnect.com. Um, Great group of guys. We talk about this stuff all the time. We talk about this all the time. Self-care, um, mental health, legacy, wealth, all that stuff. We talk about that. Another great organization or great platform that I'm proud to be the I don't know if you want to call me the face of it, but I'm excited to be a part of it, and it's incredible. It's called Brothers in Briefcases, and you can check them out. Check them out on Instagram at Brothers in Briefcases, just like Mastermind Connect at Mastermind Connect on Instagram, but brothersinbriefcases.com. Definitely check them out. It's an incredible platform, professional development initiative that's national that it was created by a black woman for black men, and it was created by a great friend of mine, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And we're going on tour this year, actually, and it's going to be really cool. Kicking off in Philly, I believe, in March. So that's going to be something exciting. But yeah, so whatever I can do to help, to point people in the right direction, especially black men, I'm going to do that. I'm learning a lot more, and I'm pulling on people that I know who are in this field and in this profession, and asking questions, and figuring out how I can be of help and a resource to helping people, whether it's through mentorship, whatever it is that I can do. Um, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that because my heart goes out to everyone who's dealing with mental issues, man, stuff they can't even talk about. I know how that feels. And fighting back tears because you know, I know how it can get. I know. And people see sometimes and they're like, you're so strong and you're this, you're that, and the third, and they don't even understand. There are days when it's dark for me. Dark. Where I don't know if I'm gonna make it through. You know, it's a daily fight. It's a daily fight. But I'll do more of these videos. I think I'm gonna do more of them. Um, I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do more of them, and I'll come back with resources. I'll come back with the names and uh, I guess names and email addresses of resources or people and people you can reach out to talk to, whatever it is. I'll do that. I'll do that. And but let's help each other. We need each other to survive. Let's help each other survive. Let's help each other survive. Be kind to each other. Let's be kind to each other. But first, let's be kind to ourselves. And that's something I'm learning to do for myself, is to be kinder to myself. But let's do a better job at that, being kinder to ourselves and kinder to people. And I believe once you learn how to be kind to yourself, being kind to someone else will become a little bit easier. Yeah, that's all. This isn't going to be anything formal. It's not going to be anything structured, really. It's going to be talking. And yeah, so for now, follow those pages. Damn. I'm going to come back again with another video that I'm going to just create. I'm going to create a whole new video with resources and with organizations, with people you can contact, who you can reach out to. But if you come across this video, just know that there are people out here who care about you. I'm one of them. And I care about your well-being, and I care about you being here and being alive. And the world is better with you here. because you have a lot to offer. You have a lot of gifts and talents and things that you've not even yet tapped into that you can offer to the world to change this place and make it a better world, and things that I believe that God is going to do through you to impact this world for generations to come. And it could be one simple thing. It doesn't have to be anything grand, but it could be one thing that changes the trajectory of an entire generation. You never know. So if you're seeing this, and if you come across this, just know you got somebody out here who's, and a bunch of other people. There's so many people who are advocating for you and for you to be alive and for you to stay alive and be healthy, be sound, mentally and emotionally. And that there are resources out here. There are tons of resources out here, and people who are willing to spend the time and take the time rather to ensure that you're at your best. So connect with me if you want to on Instagram. That's Mr. Andre T. That's MRANDRET on Instagram. And yeah, I'll however I can help and I can point you in the right direction to find the right resources, I'll do that. And that's that for now, y'all. Thanks for tuning in on another episode of Let's Talk. See you next time.